Hello friends, today on PlayStation News, new PlayStation Plus catalog games announced, a huge leak for Sony Band's next game, there might be two big announcements at the Game Awards, Elden Ring DLC is not eligible for Game of the Year at another show, and more. Let's get to it. We start with the new catalog and classic games for PlayStation Plus Extra, Deluxe and Premium users in December. Extra users can download 11 games from December 17, including Rabbids Party of Legends and Fox for PS4, Forspoken for PS5, plus Sonic Frontiers, WRC Generations, Feast Forged in Shadow Torch, Jurassic World Evolution 2, Coffee Talk and Coffee Talk Episode 2, A Space for the Unbound, and Biped all for PS4 and PS5. Deluxe and Premium users have 3 games they can download right now in celebration of the PlayStation 30th anniversary, and that is Sly Cooper 2 Band of Thieves, Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves, and Jak and Daxter The Precursor Legacy, all 3 for PS4 and PS5. There's good news regarding these classics, as some users on the PS5 subreddit have said that Sly Cooper on PS5 got a new update and it's night and day in terms of image quality, so they are continuously improving the emulator. Besides that, the Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge for PSVR 2 joins the classic lineup next week on December 17. As a reminder, 19 games are leaving on December 16, including Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide, Mega Man 11, Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2 for PS4, plus Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin, Judgment, Moonscars, Grime, Tinykin, Evil Genius 2, Gigabash, and Prodeus, all for PS4 and PS5. Now, are you happy with the PlayStation Plus catalog lineup for December? Let me know in the comments or vote on the poll in the community tab. Next, we have new images that have been found for Sony Band's next game, and they are very early but may give us an idea of how it's going to look. Sony Band, the creators of Days Gone, didn't get greenlit by Sony for a sequel, so instead they have been working on a live service game since 2019, and it uses the open world systems created for Days Gone. The leak was found by Multiplayer First, and is from an online portfolio of an anonymous UI designer who worked at Bend Studio from 2022 until March this year, and the images on the portfolio are from a Google Drive file uploaded in 2023. I'm not going to show the images, but you can see them with the link in the description. One of the images has a basic UI that reminds me of the PS2 games in the past, and is for the crafting menu, with different weapons including a hand cannon, SMG, sniper, and more, and it would also list which components are required. Then there's another crafting menu UI where you can see the components such as iron, wood, and nanites, the requirements and how much you have from each of them. Another screen features the XP systems and how the HUD will likely look on the screen, with an item wheel on the left and a weapon wheel on the right. There's also your shield, health, and energy. There's an image that has a soldier in some open area where you can see like places to take over. You can also see like the amount of bullets you have in the HUD, and there's some indicator for 2 special shots of some sort. Now, the last screenshot shows that same soldier in what seems like a hub or training area where you can go like to a wardrobe, and you can see also your rank or go to a transfer station. Now, what these images tell you is that this would be a military-based live service game, and I think this could be them trying to go back to Siphon Filter, as the UI gives you those vibes. But given the live service context, what if they are looking to make like the series some sort of like Division or Ghost Recon type of game? Let's also keep in mind that game development is very volatile, and it could be that the game no longer looks anything close to this. Now, the question is when they will announce this, and we have the Game Awards later today, but I think there's 0 chance that we see it at the show. If this has been worked on for about 5 years already, maybe we could get a first look at some point next year, and that is if it doesn't end up being cancelled given the fate of some games as a service titles. But what do you think about this leak? When do you think we'll see Bend Studios' next game? Place your bets in the comments. Before our next story, Here's some quick-fire gaming news that you need to know. Sony has admitted they have an interest in buying Kadokawa, the parent company of From Software. This was in the recent issue of the Japanese magazine Weekly Bunchen, where they said that it is true that we have expressed our initial intentions of acquiring Kadokawa, but they refrained from commenting further. In the same magazine, economic analyst Takahiro Suzuki said that Kadokawa employees are reportedly thrilled about the Sony buyout, as per an unnamed source at the company, who said that they are dissatisfied with the current Natsuno administration, who didn't bother making a press conference after people's information were leaked following a cyber attack. It seems that the deal is moving forward, but we still have to wait. Sony shares have hit a new high this past Tuesday, being up 4.1% at about 3,338 yen or $22, which is the highest it has been since 2000 when they reached 3,260 yen. The Wall Street Journal explains that Sony's stock has been rising since the second quarter results back in November, when they revealed profit in the gaming segment was growing and they reached $900 million in operating profit, which was a record for them. And they expect to hold that by the time the fiscal year ends in March 2025. The PlayStation wrap-up was supposed to launch last Tuesday, December 10, so you could check your gaming performance throughout 2024, but Sony's servers have been hammered since its release, and as of recording there's been more than a day, and the website is still not working. Sony has said that they are fixing the issue, so hopefully it starts working really soon. Several games are getting new updates. We have Astrobot, which will get a new DLC level called Winter Wonder as a last present for fans. This one is made for all ages, so it's a standard level and not a challenge run, and it also includes new bots to collect and some surprises. For that, you will need to have finished the full game to access it when it launches at 6 PM Pacific later today on December 12th. Another Game of the Year nominee in Black Myth Wukong is getting an update today, with new in-game maps, free armor pieces, and a new challenge mode that unlocks after beating the game, letting you fight bosses in 3 difficulties. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is also getting a huge update today, making all stages available for local versus play, plus some balance adjustments to combat and usability fixes. Cyberpunk also got a patch this week as it was revealed in a CDPR stream. The patch has added more ways to customize characters and cars, with over 100 new options in the character creator, 10 new cars to buy, photo mode, and more. Geralt's voice actor Doug Cockle has been slapped in the wrist by CD Projekt after he went online saying that he would be part of the next Witcher 4. He explained this at the MCM Comic Con in Birmingham, where he later added that he went off a rumor because he thought that he had seen someone at CDPR saying that Geralt would be in Witcher 4, but not as a main character. Now he says that he doesn't actually know if that's true or not. Poker roguelike indie hit and Game of the Year nominee Balatro has reached a new sales milestone as developer Local Thong announced on Twitter. The game has now hit 3.5 million copies sold across all platforms, and is the second milestone it has achieved after being nominated for the Game Awards, previously reaching $4 million in revenue, both huge for a solo developer. Now we have the Game Awards later today, and it seems that it's fair to get hyped for the announcements at the show. This is coming from Bloomberg's journalist Jason Schreier, who was a guest in the Tuesday's Kinda Funny Games Daily episode. And there he said that there's a good chance that we'll see some teaser trailers for games that won't be out until 2026 or later, similar to what Wonder Woman was when it was announced back in 2021 and it wasn't in full production. However, Schreier also let host Tim Geddes know that there are at least 2 things that will make them react and say, "Holy shit, I can't believe that's here." Schreier later clarified on a Resetera thread that the 2 announcements that would get a strong reaction were specific to Kinda Funny, but still should be games that get people excited, and it's not Bloodborne. In yesterday's Kinda Funny episode, both hosts Blessing Adeoye and Tim Geddes were speculating that one of the announcements could be Naughty Dog's new IP, because Sony will likely want to stand out in the 10th anniversary show. The Game Awards getting great announcements later today has been a constant throughout the week, with many reporters expecting big multiplat reveals. Adding to that, insider Jeff Grubb said on Blue Sky that everyone he has talked to is sure buzzing about the Game Awards announcements. And then we had insider Shinobi, who also posted on a Reset Era PlayStation Studios thread where someone was debating whether to stay up for the show or not, and Shinobi replied that he would. Let's remember that Shinobi was the insider that teased an Xbox game announcement for PS5 at Gamescom, which turned out to be Indiana Jones. So that hints to us that there could be something big coming from PlayStation, and the theory of it being Naughty Dog's new IP from Kinda Funny starts to sound likely. In a related story, reliable leaker Bill Kun posted on the D-Labs forums indicating that First Berserker Kazan, the Souls-like action RPG from Nexon, is launching on March 27, 2025. We may get a confirmation on this later today at the Game Awards. I'll be reacting to it as every year here on the channel, and you are more than welcome to join me, so make sure to subscribe and activate notifications to know when I go live. Now, are you hyped for the Game Awards? What announcements are you expecting? Drop your predictions in the comments. Speaking of Game Awards shows, we have the BAFTA Game Awards coming up next year, and they have revealed the short list of games up for nomination. Up for Best Game we have Animal Well, Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Metaphor ReFantasio, Thank Goodness You're Here, and Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. The big news out of this is that Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree is not eligible for Best Game, a point of discussion after it was nominated for Game of the Year at Geoff Keighley's Game Awards. The BAFTA organization also clarified their stance on DLC, saying that's only eligible for consideration towards the Evolving Game Award and in certain categories related to game crafting. Remasters are not eligible and remakes are only up for craft categories. The nominations will take shape around January 2025 when BAFTA members will start voting, and final nominations will be revealed on March 2025. I think it's a great approach and one that Geoff Keighley should have made clear a long time ago for the Game Awards. But what do you think? Do you agree with the Game Awards or the BAFTA Awards approach to DLC? Let me know about that and all of the other news that we talk about in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a thumbs up, sharing and subscribing, as it helps the channel to continue growing. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.